When did you decide to buy Real Bedford? And
Oh yeah, good question.
how did that go down? Like what was the conversation? What was the thing that was happening in behind closed doors where you were like, all right, I'm doing this. Cameron, Tyler, what happened?
So it goes back actually to the 2021 bull market era. My local football team had never been in the football league. So people don't understand, British football, there are 4 professional leagues: the Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two, and then there's what we call non-league. Okay, we'd never had a team in the professional leagues. I was looking at that going, oh, why has that not happened? And looked into buying the team, and then didn't, and it fell apart. And then we went into a bear market, so it wasn't really the time. Sorry, that was 2019. We were doing bear market. And then I looked back again in 2021 when we were bull market, and I'd met up with Cameron and Tyler. We'd gone for a beer. I think we were in Austin, and it was they were sponsoring the podcast, and so I had to meet them about that and say, look, can we renew the sponsorship deal? They're like, yeah. And I was like, I've got this other idea. I said, I want to take a team from the bottom of the English pyramid to the top, and I think we can do it with Bitcoin. This is how. No, it wasn't even that, actually. I said, I think I want to take them into the football league. And I can't remember if it was Cameron or Tyler. You know, it's you would just mix them up. But
yeah.
Say it was Cameron. He went, what's the football league? I said, it's the professional divisions, Prem, Championship, League One, League Two. And this is why they're fucking geniuses. Excuse my language. But he went, how'd you get in the Premier League? It's like, okay, let me think about that and I'll come back to you. But those are guys who shoot, they invented Facebook. Let's be honest, they invented Facebook. Right. Mark Zuckerberg stole it, right? Then they went and got Bitcoin and they became the biggest holders of Bitcoin. And then when they create Gemini, they want to create the biggest, they think
big.
They think big and they think you can go for number one. And I get the mindset. You might as well shoot for the top and fail than shoot for the middle and fail. If you shoot for the top and fail, you're near the top, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they bought into the idea. So I went and approached the local team, offered to buy them. They said yes. And that was 2001. We had our first proper season was 22-23. So it goes over years. And we're in the 10th tier. And we've won the league every year.
You've won every year.
Every year.
You've been promoted every year.
Every year. And so we're in the 7th tier now. We're 3rd in the league. If we win the league this year, we will be the first team in the history of English football to win 4 in a row. It's never been done. We'll be the first. It'll be hard. I don't think we're going to do it, but I want us to badly.
How much of that, okay, obviously Bitcoin is very much embedded in the threads of the team.
Yeah.
How much of the success of the team do you put towards operating on a Bitcoin standard, having the support of the Bitcoin community, all of that? How much of it is just you guys are just good at football?
No. This doesn't happen without Bitcoin, right? But it's not, I would say 20% of the story and the success is being on a Bitcoin standard and holding Bitcoin. 80% is being part of the Bitcoin community. There's a dude down there in a Real Bedford hoodie, right? I saw a lady in a t-shirt. So when I looked at it, it's how do you take a team from the bottom to the top? You have to have competitive wages for players and manager. It's not all of it. I'd say 70% is your player budget, 20% is your manager, 10% is luck, right? And those things change. But if you have no budget and the best manager, you're not getting promoted because your players, you cannot get the players. And if you have the best team and a terrible manager, you might go up, but you might screw it up. You've got to have the right mix. You don't have to have the best budget, but you have to have a competitive budget. I was like, right, well, if you need a competitive budget, how do football clubs make their money? They sell tickets, burgers, and sponsorship. How do we absolutely smash it out of the park? We convinced the Bitcoin community, this is your team. Real Bedford is the Bitcoin club. I know there are others, but we are the Bitcoin club.
Well, it feels like you're the Bitcoin club.
And always and everywhere will be, because we were the first. We had the leverage of my podcast, so I could talk about it. And then I went out to the sponsors. I was like, sponsor this club, sponsor the shirt. And then went out to the Bitcoiners and said, sponsor the team, support the team. They bought the merchandise. That gave us the revenue to be able to compete in the market and get the better players. But now we're even a bigger stage. Now we need stadium, training, it's big capital projects that are going to cost tens of millions. How do you solve that? Well, ideally, you have business partners who are billionaires who understand capital, how to raise capital, how to manage capital. So 80% of it is being part of the Bitcoin community. And look, when I did the deal with Cameron and Thailand, it was $4.5 million. It was the largest ever investment in a London League football club. We stuck it all into Bitcoin at 70K, and it went up 126K. So there was a time that 4.5 million became nearly like 8 million.
Yeah,
And,
wow.
you know, we've had to sell some here and borrow against some to fund what we do. And that's helped us. But absolutely being part of the Bitcoin community was the most important thing.
Well, and there's like a reflexivity to that, right?
Yeah.
Like as the team continues to succeed, football fans are like, who is this team? Like, why are they just blowing right past us through the leagues? Like, who are these people? Why are they operating on Bitcoin? It tells the story, right? And I think like as a Bitcoiner watching this team succeed, it's like watching Bitcoin sort of help propel the narrative forward, right? It's like, it's this cool
It's a parallel.
Trojan horse.
It's the parallel to Bitcoin. It's the parallel to a podcast, right?
Yeah.
It is something which it's like throw an accelerant on it.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is an accelerant on what it is. And it's so funny. I mean, all these other clubs are going to go, oh, it's just because they got money and what's this stupid Bitcoin thing? It's like, well, it's clearly working.
Yeah.
You know, we're beating you. We're flying through the leagues. I told you how we did it. I wrote a presentation. I said, this is how I'm going to take this team to the Premier League. Step by step. I told them the exact playbook. And obviously I got laughed at. Like,
Yeah.
we had 40 fans come into games when I did it. They're like laughing at me. And now they're like, well, maybe not laughing so much. But none of them are adopting the strategy. Yeah, other people get in touch. They're like, I'm going to launch the Bitcoin basketball team. I'm going to launch the Bitcoin football team in Hawaii. How do you do it? And I'll tell them the playbook. But we definitely had a unique set of circumstances.
The media apparatus is strong.
Dude, having the Bitcoin podcast was helpful.
Yeah.
Having a friendship with Tyler and Camera was helpful. Being the first was helpful. And also, like, I bought the team in my hometown, so I really give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm like there, I'm embedded. So it was like a lucky, unique set of circumstances that made it all happen at the right time.